I don't live in a flood zone, do I still need flood insurance? Welcome to Around Town with Sue. I want to introduce everybody to Jeff Althoff. He's the president of Lowcountry Insurance here in Beaufort. Jeff, tell us, do we need flood insurance if we're not in a flood zone?
Well, Sue, I tell everybody they need flood insurance. We live in the low country, and you know as well as I do, there's water everywhere around us. I once went up in a small plane. I almost died when I looked at how much land there is versus how much water. It doesn't look like it would have to raise up very much to disappear. So we recommend everyone, including what they call low hazard flood, get flood insurance. Some people say, well, I'm not in a flood zone.
Right.
Everyone is in a flood zone, Sue. Even if it's a low hazard, in other words, FEMA says less than 1% chance of flooding in 100 years, it's still a flood zone and a flood can occur there. More than anything else, flood can be a devastating claim. It doesn't take very much water to do a tremendous amount of damage to property.
I was going to ask you, like if you just get an inch of water, what are the implications?
I mean, so FEMA tells us that an inch of water in a house can lead to over $25,000 in damage.
Wow.
You think about water sponging up into your drywall, your flooring, subfloor, etc. That gets expensive very fast.
Good point. And I hear they're coming out with new FEMA flood maps. What's the latest on that? I thought it was going to be June of this year, and it hasn't happened.
We've been talking about it for a while, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, it is still on the table. We are supposed to get them anytime.
Okay, and from what I heard, they're going to take thousands of homes out of the flood zone. But in reality, they should all continue with their flood insurance, is what I'm hearing.
That's right. So if you're in a property today, it is rated as a high hazard and you have to have flood insurance. If you change to a low hazard zone, you won't be required to carry flood insurance any longer, but we recommend it.
Okay. And it'd probably be a lower rate at that point if you're taken out,
It
right?
certainly will be a lower rate. They have a preferred risk flood policy that can be just a few $100s a year.
Great. All right. Well, this has been super useful information, Jeff. I really appreciate it. And if you all want more information about flood insurance, you can click on the link below and check out Lowcountry Insurance. And thanks for tuning in to Around Town with Sue.
Thank you.